Hola, hola, ¿qué tal? De nuevo acá en nuestro segundo podcast de LADIOM Club. Hoy estamos con dos invitadas excepcionales, con Inés María Baldeón y con Natalia García. Vamos a tocar un tema espectacular, siempre relacionado con la mujer. Esta vez, mujer como mamá, mujer como amiga, mujer como profesional. Tenemos mucho de qué hablar. Estamos en esta tarde preciosa acá en Argentina, 4 de la tarde, en Ecuador las 2 de la tarde y en España las 9 de la noche. Pero bueno, acá firmes en todos lados del mundo. Okay, welcome ladies. Why don't you tell us who you are?
Hi everybody, my name is Natalia García. I am 28 years old. This is my first time speaking English to someone else in a live. I am a little nervous, but I hope that I can do a good job.
I'm sure you will. Mm-hmm. Yes. And Ine, you're here again with us. Yes, we already know who you are. Excellent.
I am Inés Baldeón again in second podcast for you.
In the second podcast.
In the second podcast.
Okay, so Ine, why don't you tell us what it means to be a mother and a worker at the same time?
Oof. Being a mother and worker simultaneously means juggling multiple responsibilities and roles. I think it involves balancing the demands of your career with the needs of your children.
Yes.
I think it can be challenging, but also incredibly rewarding because you develop different aspects. For example, excellent time management skills, learn to prioritize effectively, and often become a master of multitasking. A master, again, for me.
Absolutely.
I think the key is finding a balance that works for you and your family. Mm-hmm. And not being too hard on yourself when, for different causes, things don't go as planned, don't go perfectly. It's very, very important to have these advices in our life, in particular in my life.
Mm-hmm. I think it's very important because women tend to, be so critic with ourselves when things don't go the way we want. But it's amazing to consider that we need to be benevolent with ourselves, right? Yes. Nati, you're so young, Nati. You're so young. So please tell us how different it is now.
We too, you and me. John, please.
Both of you are young, sorry. The three of us are young, but she's the youngest. Yeah. She's the youngest. So, Nati, tell us, please, how different is meeting new people nowadays with the help of technology, social media, social networks?
Well, I think that nowadays to meet someone new is easier than before. Nowadays, with the help of the technology, we can meet people from another country, another nationality, another culture. Mm-hmm. In fact, there are some people that meet the other half, and they form a family and they are happy. But also, I consider that meeting new people with the help of the technology it's something that we can approach because because this is a way we can meet new friends and have more friends every day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How important it is, this new concept of networking, right? I don't know, regarding social, friendship, romantic aspect, any kind, academic, working, but all the time we're talking about networking. So as Nati mentioned, you can find your other half or you can find, maybe a colleague that can help you in your job or work project, right? Excellent. What advice would you give, or experiences would you like to share regarding raising children? You have 2 kids, so maybe you can teach us.
I have 2 children. My first child, he's Mateo. He is 22 years old, and my second child is Annie. She is 17 years old. But until that moment, I don't know what is the formula. But because the raising children is unique journey for every parent, for me, for different parents. But I think some general advice can include, for example, be present. It's important. Be present. Spend quality time with your children and be involved in their lives. It's very important. Like parents involved in their lives. I think it's important to set boundaries. For me, it's more difficult this rule, but it's important set boundaries. It's important establish clear rules and expectations. But it's important too. It's important also be flexible and understanding with in my case with my my children, because every person have different problems in their life, and important whatever is important. However, what is the rules for every person, and for me it's important encourage independence in our children. It's important to allow your children, or my children, to make their own decisions.
Great. Yeah, I think that's
what is the consequence for our decisions. But it's important to learn from their mistakes. Other things, I think it's important communicate openly, more openly, foster an environment where your children feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and feelings, their problems, their emotional situation, and different topics in their lives. But overall, this word learn yesterday with you. Overall, it's important lead by example.
yes.
It's important demonstrating the values and behaviors you want to instill in your children. No, it's important the speech on big discourse, big speech for my children, without example with my real life.
Yes. To be, you need to be coherent with what you say, what you think, and what you do. And when you set boundaries,
Two ways, theoric and practical. But the children see in me what is my practical life, what is my situation, real situation, because I come to speak in different words, sophisticated words, but it's not important when your life is different, your theoric speech.
You, Ina, you mentioned boundaries. You said it's important to set boundaries. Do you think that maybe when trying to be close to our kids, we might be mistaken or make the mistake of becoming their friend? Is that what you mean?
yeah, is the boundaries is important overall in this moment when the world is influenced. For example, the social media. The social media is all time the people, the young people, and text makes in their phone, and it's important to set the boundaries, but it's important to when the children have mistakes. It's important no blame for other people, because the blame is no solution for the situation, but what is the consequence, what is the message for this situation in their life. This is important.
I'm going to take the advices of Inesita. I just have seven years of experience being a mother, but I think that the advices of Inesita will help me too much.
I guess, yes. You're in that very sweet moment of sharing with you have a little girl, right, Nati?
Yes.
Little girl. Yes. Okay. Sharing those moments of childhood are so sweet. I miss them.
Sometimes it's difficult, but I try to pass time with my daughter, be present, like Inesita says. It's important. I try to do it.
Yeah, she mentioned the keyword
the theoretical advices is one hand, is in one hand. The real situation, for example, with my children is other hand, because when I have to speak with my children for this situation, what is the formula for to encourage with their without sin perder, with lost
without losing.
Without losing in the affect, the respect in my style mom, because every mom has one specific style is different. For example, with my first son is different situation with my second daughter, but my two children are the same parents, my husband and me, but my first song is different with my second daughter.
Yes.
What is the formula? I don't know.
Yes, absolutely.
There's no formula.
No formula.
We need to find a formula with each of our sons or daughters. Yeah, Inés is right. We're unique. Great advice, Inés.
It's important the common sense, no? The common sense, the example of other pairs, other people, but it's important. What is the heart in my life for my children is important too.
Also generations, right? I mean, we need to understand the changes in generations, not the same your parents' generation, your generation, your kids' generation. I mean, we have different needs, different likes, different ambitions, right? So I think we need to accept that.
I always need in my life the company of my father. My father is he was Wesley, confidence, and honesty, integrity. My father, I would lie in this moment with me. I think it's more easier for my process like mom, but my father in this moment is in the heaven.
Heaven, okay. He passed.
My mom is very good person too.
Okay, yeah. How important parents are. How important they are. Thank you, Inés. Talking about family, Nati, what about these perfect families that are broadcast, on social media? Do you believe in them?
I don't believe at all. I admire when I see some pictures of family, happy family, in a travel or in at home, doing something fun or making something in family together. But
Uh-huh.
I know that there are cases where at home it's different
Uh-huh.
because it could be like fight or maltratos,
Mistreat, mistreat.
mistreats.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
because of that, I don't believe at all of the perfect family in social media.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And also this concept of family, like mom, dad, two kids, or maybe three, and the dog, the
And the
pet.
dog, the dog
Yeah,
of the
that's
cat,
a whole picture.
or
um,
the mouse, or the mouse.
so I think that we need to be a little bit more open-minded, right? And understand that family can be any, like in my case, it's my daughter and me. In your case, Nati, also, right?
Also, my daughter
Uh-huh.
and me, and
Okay.
my mother, my father, my brother, and
Yeah,
my
sure.
pets.
And pets too. Uh-huh. So we evolve constantly and everything changes, but we continue with this very strong family bonds, right? That we want to continue holding to. So I think that is perfection, right? Not a
No.
picture. That's perfection. The
Uh-huh.
bond, the links, right, Ine? What do you think?
Yeah, I think like this because the family perfect, the perfect family, not exist in the world.
Does not exist. Uh-huh.
Not exist.
Absolutely. Okay, okay. And I know that you're a very busy professional, that you work all day long and that you're focused on your career. But I also know that you have a lot of friends, that both of you are very loved women. You have a lot of people around you, and you have family, as we are saying, you have kids. How do you manage with your time? For example, do you have free time? Do you go out with friends? How do you manage
I
between
have
motherhood?
only 24 hours in each day, but I think it's important finding time for yourself and socializing with friends can be challenging when balancing motherhood and work.
Mm-hmm.
And it is essential to prioritize self-care
Mm-hmm.
and make time for activities that recharge you. Uh, every single day, I have a schedule, very hard schedule in my job, but it's important to have a time for recharge my batteries.
Yeah.
And, um, whether it's a monthly outing with friends, a weekly hobby like dream, sleep, or other hobby, or even just a few minutes of quiet time each day,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
taking care of yourself is crucial, very
Mm-hmm.
crucial.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it helps you stay balanced and better equipment to handle your responsibilities, different
Mm-hmm.
responsibilities, big or less responsibilities, but different responsibilities. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember every single day it's okay when
Mm-hmm.
to ask for help,
Oh,
and
yes.
when I delegate different
Mm-hmm.
tasks
Mm-hmm.
to ensure I have time for myself. Is this the advice for different women in different situations? It's important to ensure to have time for themselves.
Yes, that is great. Because also, when you love yourself, you can love the rest, right? You can
Yeah.
love your surrounding. That is really important, as you said. Well, ladies, I think this is more or less the questions that we wanted to share. And now it would be great if we can, welcome the listeners and see what they want to ask. If they ask in English, we answer in English. Pero si preguntan en español, les respondemos en español. Okay? So let's see if there's somebody.
In Spanish, more slowly.
Yes.
No, in English. In English.
Okay. Yeah.
In Spanish, very quickly.
You can talk whatever. Yeah. So let's see. We have somebody, with any question. We are three mothers. We are three women. We are three professionals. And from our experience, we're not, queens of anything, but with our experience, maybe we can open somebody's eyes. That's great to share our anecdotes, our experiences. Okay, so let's see. Maybe we have some comments.
I wait for a question.
Let's see. Let's wait for a question.
No question yet.
No question yet?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
in this moment.
maybe it is too early in Ecuador, isn't it? People has just finished having lunch, right?
Yes.
Saturday is possible to extend the lunch, and not only 2 p.m. It's possible to extend, for example, 3 or 4 p.m. because the people is in vacation, holiday.
Yeah, you're right. So maybe
people change the horario.
The schedule. It's you said that it's vacation in Ecuador.
In Ecuador, not like Spain, because in Spain, August it's total.
It's summer.
Yes. Time in vacation, but in Ecuador too, for to visit the beach or other place.
Wow, lovely.
There are questions.
We have a comment. Yes. Tiffany Mendez, which sons are your favorite? Your stepsons or your biological sons, Inesita?
Oh
my God.
She is my loving son,
Loving daughter.
Loving daughter. The next week, I will be in him married
in her wedding
of wedding of Tiffany, because she and Mateo are my favorite sons. No biological sons, but my lover sons.
Yeah.
In my heart.
In your heart, your stepchildren.
Yeah. I have a lot of children in around the world, because I have a lot of children in Ecuador, in Spain, in other country, in Guayaquil, in Quito.
Oh my gosh, the mother of the world. That's amazing. And she's pressing, she wants to push you to the limit. Who are your favorite? Biological or
Tiffany is a really good person. She is strong. She every single day studies. His career is very smart. Is honesty, very honesty. I love Tiffany.
Ah, that is great. Johnny Suarez, very great this podcast. I'm from Ecuador. Thank you very much, Johnny, and welcome. Visita from Ecuador, the Central History in Quito, Patrimonial City. Okay.
I
You know
knew,
more
I
than
knew to Johnny in this place
Ah,
last year or this year, I don't remember.
okay.
Johnny was in the Quito Patrimonial City in the park, Independence Park, and this
Oh,
moment I knew with his.
in Quito. That's interesting. Thank you, Johnny. Well, okay. We have our half an hour talking about what we love, about what women love, which is family, friends, work, profession, our career. So it was amazing. We could share some experiences, some anecdotes. We could share them with you. We hope you have learned something, you have enjoyed this moment. And every time you can always ask
We
us,
have
or you
a lot nervous
we
previously,
were
a
very
lot
nervous.
nervous
At the beginning,
previously,
we were
Yeah,
in
the
this moment
beginning was
without
yes.
nervous.
But we are going to improve podcast after podcast, right? Next podcast will be in 2 weeks, and we hope everything's fine and we're not nervous anymore. And we hope to see you here with us. Okay.
I think the nervous part of process is the important to have nervous is I have 30 years in my job. Always I am a speaker in lectures, in law lectures, in commercial lectures, but
Wow.
always I feel and at the start
Yes.
always I feel nervous. My hands with
Shake, sweat, and shake. Yeah, yeah. And the
and
voice, the voice.
my voice goes. But I feel is the big important for our this podcast or other topics, other tasks in
Mhm.
our activities in job or in familiar activities and without the situation without the important the situation it's important to have the responsibility for the activities.
I agree with you, Ina.
nervous shows that we are human, that we have emotions. That's natural. Mhm.
And that we are committed, that we're committed to what we're doing. This is not a joke. This is not something that we underestimate, but we are committed to this. So
In
I
the podcast we have in my case a lot of mistakes, but it's not important. The important is to have the
the courage.
emotional in my mind in my myself. I think this project is for me the big dream for my life, for my future life, for my future activities in like general direction in Grupo SEAS, but in my activity like bring commercial services for our clients. I it's important to learn more fluent in my learning process with respect the culture, the other countries
Yes, yes.
or the other
It is
places.
also important to provide this space, to provide a space for women to empower them in any aspect, to feel safe, secure, and to have this, protected environment in which she or they can express themselves. I think that that is also the message. I would like to congratulate Nati because she was the new one today, and she was far better than us. Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
very proud for you, Nati.
Thank you.
I
Yes,
am proud. I am a lot proud for you
me
because
too. Yes,
this for all person the in a show in the podcast is
she was the
the
best. Yes.
but in this moment I have in myself a proud for you.
Yes.
Thank you, Inesito. Thank you. I'm happy to have this experience. It's my first time speaking English, so
Wow.
I hope that I am doing a good job.
Oh, yes, you are. We all are. So we can do it. Thank you very much, girlies, and hope to see you soon in another podcast. Okay? Have a beautiful weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a nice day. See you later. See you to
See you in the following podcast. Yes.
Bye.
Okay.